Hey guys, welcome back to the channel Maneuvers. My name is Cameron Duncan, and today's topic is the things I used to do that I won't do no more, inspired by the blues song by Guitar Slim. So for you young folks who don't know who Guitar Slim is, I recommend that you check him out. So go to Google. So this is going to be a 5-part series. So for topic 1, I'm going to take you on a road with me. So let's go. Hey guys. So today's topic on things I used to do that I won't do no more. The reason I brought you in the car with me is that one of my vices in life has always been cars. I love cars. Never been one to spend a whole lot of money on gambling, traveling, women, clothes, jewelry, etc. But I love cars. So topic 1 of the things I used to do that I won't do no more is overpay for something I can't afford. So this is something that I did when I was younger, and it really delayed a lot of my financial goals. And I hope that you guys don't make some of those same mistakes. And if you had, it's okay, but it's important to learn from those mistakes. So earlier in life, when I was particularly in my 20s, I had a 2003 Hyundai Sonata. It's a perfectly fine car, and I just paid it off free and clear. And it needed a little work, like it needed like a little paint on the bumper, stuff like that. And I had actually did a little minor damage on the right side fender, but these are things that could have been fixed relatively cheaply versus take on another car payment. But so I went to pick this girl up. We were going to hang out, and her name was Doogie. And so when I picked her up in the Hyundai Sonata, she kind of had this look on her face, and she said she was a little surprised. She was like, "Oh, I didn't know." She was like, "This is not what I expected you to drive." Now, this is no knock on Doogie or anything like that. She was a cool chick. She didn't really care what I was driving or anything like that. But to me, it kind of stuck with me in that, like, yeah, I should maybe get a new car or something like that. So a couple weeks later, I went and bought this 2004 white Chevy Blazer. So this is like around 2006. It was about 2 years old. It was like 15,000. That doesn't seem like a lot of money, but it really was. For at the time, I wasn't making a lot of money. I was just out of college. I think I was probably only making $400 a week gross, and I had terrible credit, and I don't even know what the interest rate was. It was probably something ridiculous. So I was paying. I bought this car and paid $400 a month for this Blazer, and I ended up selling the Sonata that was paid off for $2,500. So long story short, $400 was just really too much. Like, it was more than I was making net per week, right? And so I'm putting all my money into this car. Couldn't even keep up with the payments. And so few years later, I basically just ended up surrendering the car because I was way underwater in it. I think I probably still owed 12 grand on it, and it was maybe worth 6 at the time. So from delayed gratifications, one of the things that I talk about is that it's important for a man to do, and women also, is that not to put yourself in a bind where you're trying to buy something that you can't afford. And sometimes we think of affordability as that we can make the payment, right? Affordability does not mean you can make the payment. Affordability means you can comfortably make a payment where it's not even something that you have to think about, right? So that car note or whatever or that loan or debt that you're inquiring is not going to impede your ability to make future moves to invest in your future, whether it be paper stocks, ETFs, or business opportunities, starting your own business and things like that. So you never want to tie yourself up where you're just trying to make a payment, right? For me, the same thing even for things like a house, where you're putting yourself in a position where you're cash strapped and that you're house poor and you're putting all your money into, you know, a house where you can't do anything else. So understanding the financial impact of making that bad decision with that Blazer I purchased is that, so over the period of time I had that car, I think I had the car about 3 years, 2.5, 3 years. And I was paying roughly about $400 a month for 12 months a year, which is $4,800 a year in a depreciating asset. So if I would have taken that money and let's say taken a couple grand and just fixed the car that was paid off, just cosmetic things, nothing mechanical, and I would take the $2,400 that first year and put it into an account, stock, something like that was earning me money, say 8%, that'd be compounding. Next year I could have done the same thing, put another 4,000 or so into an investment account, growing interest, and then so on and so forth. So that money that I put into that declining asset, that roughly about $10,000 to $12,000 a year that I paid on that car, could have been compounding interest of 7 to 8% over a period of, 10 years, or, so on and so forth. And, I could have used that money to even, buy something better in the future. And then also not having the, impact, to the credit from the standpoint of surrendering that car, hurt my credit also at the time. And so the reason I tell you guys these stories is that, not knowing me from Adam, right? You might think like, why should I listen to this guy, right? So you guys can Google me. You can see that I'm a real guy. I really worked in the corporate space, writing books. But more important to all of that is I understand where a lot of you have been. Like I've been, had bad credit and going to great credit. I've been broke to being able to put myself in a position, a good financial position. I've got it out the gutter like a lot of you guys had. I didn't necessarily just have, people doing things for me or telling me the way. I had to figure out a lot of things out the hard way. And so I understand a lot of you guys are in that similar position. And so of those that you guys are trying to get to, next level, if I can help you anyway, that's what this channel, this is really designed to do. So I can help make your path a little bit easier so you can get to your journey a little bit faster, so you don't have to make the same mistakes, or if you did make the same mistakes, knowing how you can change your mindset to not keep compounding and making those same mistakes over and over. So concluding this video, so number one in my topic of things that I used to do that I won't do anymore is overpay for something that I can't afford. So I hope that you guys will heed that lesson and not make that mistake. And if you have, hey, don't make it again. All right, thanks for joining us for another session, and I will be back with you next time for number 2.